Checkpoint XP on campus here once again, slapping you in the face with collegiate esports news, stats, scores, conversations, scholarships, all of the stuff you need to know in order to be the biggest brain in college esports. Your host, Norris Howard here. Jacob Brothers is here. And also, we're bringing in the grass man himself, Ethan Schneider, to talk to us about Gen.G and Conoco. Now, if you are unfamiliar with these folks, Gen.G, Legacy Esports organization, has partnered with a gas station to bring you esports. Ethan, please explain this to me.
Yeah, no, this is really interesting. So, literally out of the blue, just going through, just looking up like different tournaments and stuff, what have you, typical weekend. And then I see that Gen.G partnered with the gas station Conoco, and it's just insane. So what this was, and it was a 2-day event, and first game was Rocket League, and second game was a Minecraft build, which I thought, that's interesting. And so breaking it down.
Now before we proceed, one of the more interesting things about this is this only took place between two schools. This was between the University of Colorado and the University of Montana. So this was billed as a rivalry week between these two schools. And so, as you said, we had Rocket League and a Minecraft build. What happened over those games? First of all, Minecraft build for esports is awesome. Might be one of the strangest things I've ever heard of, and yet surprised that it doesn't happen more often. So hit us with the rivalry. What? I can't speak. Rivalry week results. Thank you.
Oh no, for sure. And trust me, the Minecraft is interesting. But to start with Rocket League, so basically what it was is throughout the whole 2-day thing, they're competing for what's called rivalry points in that system. So what it was is for Rocket League, they had a 1v1, a 2v2, two 3v3s, one for their B team and one for the A team. So what in short was for the 1v1, actually it became a default win for Montana, which saw, because like one of the Colorado players' internet just died. It's like one of those unfortunate things. And then so it just defaulted Montana. But then after that, essentially a clean sweep for Colorado. Colorado won the 2v2, the 3v3 they swept, and then the 3v3 A team, they just swept again. So it was just, if that didn't happen, we would have saw a whole sweep for Rocket League of Colorado. And they were really good games. All of them came really close, except for the A team, unfortunately. But to go back to Minecraft real quick, and I have some notes I've written down, pen and paper, pencil and paper. But just to come down some of like the more interesting builds before I jump ahead of myself. So the Minecraft builds weren't with any teams. It was just students that they picked from the competition. And this was really interesting. And just to name some of the really interesting builds, the University of Montana campus, which I don't know if it was just interesting or not, but it was amazing. Like I saw it personally, and it looked great. It made me one of the quotes.
So to get this straight, right? They have to build a quote. This was what they were tasked with. Establishments including a replica of a Conoco station and famous state landmarks.
Yes.
Students from each school, not players on the team, submitted a build that would be judged on that day. So this was being done before the competition kind of went down in earnest. So they were already building, but that was the criteria in which they had to build. And so if we can just move real quickly through it, Ethan, what were the top 3 builds of that night?
Top 3 builds, like I said before, University of Montana campus. I've never been there, but it looked amazing. And judged by the casters who were from Montana, they were stunned how accurate it was. Second one was a ghost town, which was also in Montana, which was actually really interesting just to see the different blocks. And third place was the Gross Reservoir in Colorado, which instead of being just a building or couple buildings, it was a full landscape, which I thought was really interesting, and how the students just showed all their creativity throughout the whole process. It was honestly really cool.
Yeah, jumping in here really quick. Sorry, North. So I'm amazed at how many good ideas are in this rivalry week. Even the way I'm messing up on it too. But even the way they did Rocket League, because there's so many players who play Rocket League. Why not have a 1v1, a 2v2, a 3v3 for the A team and the B team, and a 4v4? Because then you're able to show how many areas of Rocket League your programs dominate. And I feel like that tournament structure in general would be so fascinating for so many schools. And then for the Minecraft tournament, we don't really have things like this where it's not players, where it's like you're kind of dipping your toes in the water. It's like when I wanted to speedrun and I did Mario Kart because I know how to play Mario Kart. This is kind of the same thing of like they're not esport players, but they can kind of dip their toes into the water with Minecraft builds, which everyone universally finds interesting. Like, and it's all graded by points per category. Like, I mean, it's from a gas station. Like, there's so many great ideas here.
No, I agree with you. And I think the best thing when it comes to this competition is the fact that there's room for creativity still, not just Minecraft in terms of builds, but there's room and creativity for building these competitions out. This is almost like a Olympic style competition where we're talking about points, you know, like a decathlon. You get points for placement in the different sort of events. And so I would love to see more of these kinds of events take place where we see multiple, you know, two schools face each other in multiple esports. We're approaching the ability to be able to do that now. And I would be super excited to see this happen more often. I don't know if it needs to come from Conoco, Sunoco, Shell, BP. I don't know if we see the gas station circuit of esports, but I think this is a good idea, and I want to see more of it. So good on Conoco and good on Colorado and Montana for participating in this really interesting event.